Hi, my name is Greg Doherty, and I'm the Executive Vice President of the Dietary Supplement Practice here at Bolton and Company Insurance Brokers in Pasadena, California. And today I want to talk about product recall insurance. Now, recall insurance for consumable products was started and was born by some issues in the food industry 35, 40 years ago. So the policies initially were expensive, limited availability, and designed for food. Now, supplements, of course, are not food. We know that. They're in between food and pharmaceuticals, and the Dietary Act of '94 placed supplements square in the center of that. And so for years, the policies were not even designed to fit the supplement industry. There were certain quirks that just weren't right and didn't fit the industry. So very few, if any, were sold, to my knowledge. But what's happened over the years, of course, is the supplement industry has boomed, doing very well, grown a lot, and issues of recalls with supplements are now fairly common, just probably as common as food. You read about them every day. So there's a need for this insurance. And in fact, what's happened is that the carriers have recognized that supplements are not food, and they've tweaked their policies a little bit. So now that when you have a claim under the right conditions that trigger the coverage, you're going to have that coverage. The other thing that's occurred is that the carriers were focusing on food and also as their old-time clients, and the complete aversion to the pharmaceutical industry. They initially put supplements in the pharmaceutical in the same category. Well, they're all pills, we don't want to really touch any of that stuff. But that's also softened. And so now there are policies available that will cover supplement recalls. And the third thing that's occurred is that the prices have improved. Now, the commercial insurance industry in this country has seen declining prices for the past 12 years. This is a common cycle. This cycle may go on for many more years. We don't know. Eventually it'll hit bottom and go up again, but right now we're not there. So the prices for recall insurance have come down as well. So that's good for you, the buyer. The other thing that's occurred is that sometimes we are seeing some of these large retailers put into their vendor requirements that you carry product recall insurance. I've seen many cases where that requirement exists in the vendor agreement, but no one's enforcing it. Well, be that as it may, the issue for you is, do you really want to have product recall insurance? Now, again, some of these product liability policies over the past few years, they've snuck in some little product recall insurance, but it's not very good. You may look in the front of your policy and say, oh, I've got product recall, but when you dig down to page 23 and see what the coverage really is, it's usually very limited. One of the limitations, which is huge, is it's often limited to your cost of the recall. Well, if you're private labeling a product to Walgreens is going to get stuck with the recall cost. They're going to turn around to you and say, give me that money, this cost me X amount of money, it's your fault, your product, you gave it to me, you got to reimburse me. So in that case, your costs are going to be fairly small, Walmart's are going to be huge, but your product recall coverage that you thought you had isn't going to cover that because it doesn't cover third-party cost. So there's a lot of nuances in this product recall insurance that you need to pay attention to. There are specialty carriers, there are less than 6 that have evolved over the years. This is all they do. They really understand this product recall stuff. And these are the ones that you want to get involved with if you want to get a comprehensive policy that's going to respond to all your needs in case you have the unfortunate event of getting involved in a mandated recall. So those are my recall tips for today. Thanks for watching. If you want to consult with me or chat about product recall, call me 626-535-1409, and thanks for listening.